Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for sticking with us here into part 3 of In the Studio episode 4. We've got a new panelist here, David Parker, joining the lot.
Yeah.
How are you, mate?
Just worked up out of bed, so I'm chipper as ever.
No, these are like his going out clothes, actually.
The dinosaurs?
Yeah.
I like your shorts.
Trying to pick up a paleontologist?
Just black shorts. What's special about my
I
shorts?
just like them, dude.
They're plaid.
So, part 3, big interview time, and we've got Lumi here joining us.
Jeez. Trying to get the full leg
Want
up.
me to help you?
You can't even see anyway. They're just black on the camera.
So,
I like how we're keeping Lumi waiting for this. Really?
He wanted me to hold his leg, man.
Jeez.
so the three Davids are reunited here, though. David, and David. How's it feel, boys?
It feels good. For once, we actually have like the Davidopoly back in action.
The Davidopoly.
Normally there's more Davids than anyone else at the BTS studio, and it hasn't been the case. But now with Lumi on the show, we've got a 3-to-2 ratio going.
And
Yeah.
there was a period where Triumph of Man was doing a little casting for BTS as well, so you could argue there was 4 Davids.
Too many
That was the
Davids.
golden age.
Yeah, that's the golden age of Davids.
So with that being said, Lumi, welcome back to the show, buddy. We miss you. How's it going?
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
Well, good to see you too.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, Zaire, you're the show host, so this is where I let you do your thing. And
Yeah, so, Lumi, it's been a while since you and I last talked. How are things over in Sweden?
It's cold and expensive.
How is living in the GD studio house?
Nothing ever gets done. We don't know when we're supposed to work, and people go hungry all the time.
So not much has changed since you were working here.
No,
basically.
not much. Has changed. But no. Here's the thing, though. I get to cast in normal hours. That's a big difference.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've got that going for them.
Yes, but that's it.
That's it.
Before
Yeah.
we get into the meaty part of this conversation, you guys have like a cat breeding facility over there.
Yes, we did.
How
I mean, we
many
still
how many
do.
cats are
No, we're
currently out there?
Okay, funny you asked that, LD. We had 11 kittens,
Whoa.
and then one day, one of the kittens died because I don't know, it was really tiny and couldn't get like milk or whatever from the mother. And then that night, I was watching a broadcast, and you were talking about some jungling thing, and then you're like, every time a Michaelin spawns, a kitten dies. And then Bruno and I just looked at each other and we're like, okay, too soon, maybe. It felt sad, but then that was it.
So you're telling me I killed a Swedish kitten?
You did. It's a white one too. That was
Wow.
cute as fuck.
That's the saddest story I've heard in a while.
Jesus Christ, dude!
Bible thump.
Well done, LD. Apparently you're the predictor of cat death.
Predictor.
Or the
I'm like the
arbiter.
brainer of
the
cats.
bringer of cat death. Jesus.
Apparently,
That is pretty sad.
we actually almost lost one of our cats as well. So.
Yeah, Rascal escaped.
Nobody has owned up to
That
leaving the
darn
door
rascal.
open. But
Yes.
he wanted tuna, so he came back.
It wasn't me either. Oh, good. We're going to have to pause the interview. We've got a special delivery for Demon.
Is that for me? Oh my
Commissioner
God.
Wu going down
Thank
to
you,
the
dude.
Going ham in the kitchen.
detective levels.
You're such an
So-
amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
What an amazing cook. Thank you, Ben. Wow.
This
Thanks.
is something else we missed since
This is
Lumi hasn't
deja
been with
vu.
us.
What about the Dave's Insanity sauce?
Yeah, what about the Dave's Insanity sauce?
What's that?
Oh.
What?
Do you like spicy food, Lumi?
I do.
You're not Lumi.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it?
Thanks, Ben.
This is one of the things I miss most about having Lumi here is just eating like a bowl of noodles when he's supposed to be casting at the start of a show. Do you still do that, Lumi? Do they like take the food away from you backstage?
There's no food in Sweden. I haven't found it yet. That's why we're like just hungry all the time.
So now you're learning how to cook. Tell us about that.
I mean, I always knew how to cook. Like I had a video teaching the masses how to cook. I'm sure Ben looked at that video and cooked whatever he cooked
Yeah.
from my video. Yeah,
he's
pretty much.
your newest subscriber. He's waiting for episode 2 of Master Cooking with Lumi.
Yeah, we had a community question asking when the next episode would be out.
Well, if
Probably
Lumi's
never.
hero guides are any indication, I suggest you check back in about. How long has it been now, Lumi?
A month since Bounty Hunter.
And how long
But,
was it before Bounty Hunter?
Like half a year.
Only 6 months.
Look, man, there was TI, and like other stuff happened. So
Fair
it was
enough.
basically 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's it like working in the TV6 studio? Having a legit studio set up, some big cameras. What's the setup like behind the scenes?
I mean, it's actually pretty much the same in BTS. I think the only difference is like we have a makeup artist just
Whoa.
peppering me down, but that's pretty much it. But by the way, I have my own hairspray can because everybody else, just get their makeup in the face, but apparently my hair is too shiny on camera,
Oh.
and then they spray me down.
I didn't
So-
realize that was a thing. You can have like
I-
overly shiny hair.
Yeah, I don't know. It reflects on the camera or something.
I still remember
Like, Sorry, what?
No, let's say I still remember when we were at MLG and like I think it was either you or me or both of us. Our jackets we had black jackets on, but they looked like bright red on stream.
Yeah, no, it was me.
Yeah.
I think it was like the blue jackets. I think the blue ones look red.
I think Lumi's black one as well.
Really?
I can't remember.
I think any color other than like white just doesn't work. So
It was weird. Their like color correction was very funky, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, basically what he's saying is that the laundry machine right behind the studio, pretty much the same as $1 Million TV studio. Is that fair to say, Lumi?
I think our light's a little bit brighter, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like we use like 200 volts instead of whatever you guys use.
Jeez. Wow.
Now, you're casting Dream League over there. How does you're now start casting people like Jimmy Throw Games, teams
Yeah,
like.
what's up? What's up with that, man? Why do
No,
you
no.
guys-
How did,
let's set the stage here. Hold on, let's leash our attack
You're-
dog here for a second.
No, I'm not attacking Lumi. I was going to
talking
be
about
attacking.
Jimmy.
I'm taking Lumi's side here.
Oh, what?
You have to cast do you miss casting like a lot of the Chinese tournaments and the Chinese games? Like now you're stuck casting throwers like Jimmy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I
Man?
really do. Like I want to see some ROTK TPs. I haven't seen that lately. So
He went 0-5 on Batrider like against a random pub team the other day. So
see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you don't get that much.
Dude, real talk, man. Why do you always gotta put me on blast, man? Why do you guys gotta flame me?
Nah, man. Like I say how I see it, right? So sometimes when you feed offlane a centaur against like no stun supports, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're doing it over the board, dude. Come on, man. Give me a break.
Yo, so here's
Please
another
help me.
difference. Here's another difference between TV6 and BTS Studio. TV6 have interns sometimes. So that the new intern came in, what he's supposed to do is mute us after the game's over. And then that's where Andy says, "Wow, these guys all fucking suck." So
Do you guys stand by your statements?
about what?
Everybody.
I
fucking
actually didn't
sucking.
hear it, but what I saw some comment. Whatever was said that was not muted.
You gotta think about the players, man. Like I'm already going through like a hard time, losing. It's already as depressing as it is, and I go back, I read my social media, and I hear like, "Oh, Luminous flaming you." It's just, oh man, this is.
Man, Demon, you're a man of opportunity. I saw that tweet against DK. Like, dude, I support that. I don't think you're down at all.
Man, just
I think you're a businessman.
calm down on the shots, dude.
he's
Calm
definitely a businessman. He was coming on the show like his sell your core T-shirts and
That's what I'm saying.
He's not sharing any of that sell your core money with us, by the way.
down. You can get supplements, dude. 20% off.
Oh, goody.
Oh, sweet.
Thanks, dude.
with
Thanks,
What?
Jimmy.
I'm helping you.
product
out.
code Jimmy Ho or something.
J-Ho, dude. What? That's my initials, dude.
No, JH is your initials.
One more
Just to
than-
clarify, JH is your initials.
Close enough, man.
Oh boy, Lumi, what's it like working with the talent over there? You've got James, you've got Bruno, Draskell. How do you like it compared to the old BTS crew, the Davidopoly, as God's put it?
It's pretty much the same. I used to get thrown under the bus all the time. I still do. It's just for different reasons. Now I'm thrown under the bus because I'm Asian.
We still have Ben here.
That's true. Like I'm glad you guys kept Ben like for the equal opportunity and all that stuff. I don't want some little Chinese kid growing up be like, I want to be a caster, and then there's no Asian casters.
Wasn't that you?
Good job having Ben. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep Merlini around just for that, if nothing else.
He's our token Asian.
Yeah, we've got an intern though. Roland's from Malaysia.
That's not real Asia.
Malaysia's not real Asian.
I'm just shooting the shots right now.
Jeez, man. Wow. So, Lumi, talk to us about TI a little bit. What was your take on the general format? 11 teams invited, 4 to qualify, and then that one last slot going to runner-up. Do you like the format? And I don't know. What do you think?
I think when you have more qualifier slots, like 4 this year or 5 this year compared to 3 last year, I think you have a chances of quote-unquote worse teams being more qualified or having a better chance qualified. So I'm not sure whether I like that. At the same time, it makes the invites a lot more hard to come by, which is I think exciting for the rest of the people to say, hey, you guys just did a big segment, all right? Who's invited, who's not? And it's hard to say. It's hard to say these are the best 11 teams, and I'm having trouble kind of predicting myself. So
I mean, I guess the flip side of that is you have teams that get invited that maybe people look at the results and like they're not that deserving. Like last year, I actually think MEFC was deserving of an invite, but they didn't qualify, and then they go 0-16 at the tournament. Had they qualified and then they have their performance, you can't really argue with it because it's like, well, at least they earned their spot.
Now, I just want to. I'll ask Luminous, but you guys, I was asleep. I didn't see the segment 2. Did anyone predict Titan to go through?
This was my list.
So, man,
These are like the 8 that we think are obvious. These are the 3 that
Titan to me have been the biggest
they
like
2-0'd
disappointing.
IG.
IG with a stand-in. They got
One
beaten
stand-in.
by DK with 3 stand-ins.
Where are you predicting Titan will go through the invites?
They shouldn't get an invite. They're
Shouldn't?
no way.
I think they should.
They're losing to every other team in Southeast Asia right now.
So what? They're legit
So what?
internationally.
Lumi, what do you think? Does Titan deserve an invite? 4 of the Orange players from last year have not looked convincing against Southeast Asian competition, looking okay so far. At
Does
WTCA.
Virtus Pro deserve an invite? They have players who played at TI3, like G, Arsad, whoever it is. Like they don't deserve an invite.
Who has VP beaten lately in Europe, though?
Who's Titan fucking beaten?
They 2-0'd IG!
Dude, IG with 2 fucking stand-ins. They lost to DK with 3 stand-ins. These
One-
guys, they
one
went.
stand-in.
They got destroyed.
One
Yeah,
stand-in.
one stand-in.
One stand-in, and it was
One.
it was a good stand-in though. I mean, it wasn't the
You
place of
guys-
Chuan, but San Sheng's a good stand-in.
All right.
Yeah, he's a
I
good
want to
he's a
hear what
good
Lumi has to
stand-in
say
bet.
about this.
Yeah.
Lumi, what do you think about Titan?
Luminem?
okay, if Titan was in Europe, like let's say they're just a European team, they won't get invited. If Virtus Pro was a C team, they would directly get invited. So that's where I'm going with this. I think Titan actually will get invited just to hold like, hey, let's represent Southeast Asia.
But they're not the
That's-
best team in Southeast Asia, Titan.
Who's the best team in Southeast Asia?
There isn't right now, but like recent
I
tournaments.
mean,
Titan,
yeah, you're picking between quote unquote bad teams, right? Like,
If you want to go
I
best
think-
team in Southeast Asia, recent tournament wins have gone to Arrow, Scythe, as well as okay, not RQ. Arrow and Scythe have won like the last 3 or 4 tournaments, and then Orange won the tournament before that. Titan have not won a tournament in Southeast Asia that I can even remember since like, ACG, which was back in 2013.
You mad gods?
I'm fucking mad right now.
I mean, to be fair, Titan has consistently gone fairly deep in every tournament. They haven't been knocked out in like the first round. They've gone to like the semifinals, I think, of most of them, at the very least.
yeah,
Not-
I think that's the reason why Orange was invited last year, right? Like, they haven't won anything, but they always got top 2 or top 3 or top 4. And I think that's actually more important. So I think also if you're comparing Arrow to Titan, Titan has 4 players that in TI. Arrow, I don't even know who's on Arrow. So
I do want to throw it out there. Ice. I spoke to him the other night, and he said he actually thinks that SEA is underrated and a lot stronger than people
yeah.
give them credit for. And
I
he
agree.
thinks a lot of those teams, you could make an argument, would do pretty well at TI. So he might be
agree.
biased. He's from Singapore.
I think there's lots of strong Southeast Asian teams. I just don't think Titan is the strongest right
Okay,
now.
well, who would you invite instead?
That's where I think the whole invite system's flawed.
So do you think there should be like no invites? Last year's champions get invited?
I don't know.
And let me ask Lumi as well, since you don't know.
There's no Australian
Lumi,
team,
what would
so,
you
I
do?
mean,
Would you have more invites, less qualifiers? What do you think's like the fairest and the best system?
like if money is not an issue, right? I would have like 2 or 3 invited teams, like DK, maybe Alliance, Navi, and then fly everybody else. And then they could have a big ass qualifier based on region.
So you would break
And
it up
then
based on
HEI.
region.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, again, like honestly, if the 40 best team in the world in China is in China, I would just invite, if that's how I had it, I would just invite the 40 Chinese teams and just say, hey guys, China's rocks. But at the same time, you have to represent the different regions because it's the international. So
Yeah.
I think you should do it by region.
Do you think Korea and SEA lumped together is a good idea? Like, or should there be at least one Korean team guaranteed to make it through a qualifier?
No.
I mean, the Korean teams are getting wrecked by Zephyr, so I don't know. I don't think so.
My money's on MVP to beat Zephyr in KDL. I'm calling it.
All right.
I'm not even sure if those teams are going to be invited because I think the C teams are much better than.
No, I'm sure they'll be
and
invited to the
Korean.
qualifiers.
What is this fratricide, by the way? God is supposed to be like the big SEA Dota proponent, the big like believer in Asian Dota, and he's friends with Blitz and Purge. Is like, nah, these teams don't deserve invites. They're gonna get shat on in the Korean Dota League finals.
I'm just being real here.
A2. gods?
Who's
A2?
A2?
No, but MVP, I don't know
No,
if
it's
they're
from-
using
it's from
their
Caesar.
new mid
Julius
player.
Caesar.
He's pretty legit. QO.
I used to play against
Oh,
QO.
is
He's
the-
legit,
the
dude.
inf-
He's legit, man. I don't know why you
You
gotta
think
flame him.
so?
Yeah, he's legit.
I used to play against him in the Australian
He's legit
scene, and
for
he was
Korean standards.
yes for Korean standards.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's in Korea. Korean.
I gotta
tournament.
stop or I'm gonna start firing shots at my friends, so I gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you think MVP is gonna beat Zephyr in the KDL finals?
If
You
they
know
get
both
if
the
they get to use QO, and
Okay.
otherwise if they use Solera, which is their alternative player, which they're supposed to use, but I'd say no. But if they use QO, then yes.
Okay. Lumi, did you hear our list earlier of invites?
Yeah, I watched a large chunk of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Do you agree that any interesting objections or changes you would like to raise or forever hold your peace?
Do you guys still have the list on the notepad somewhere?
Yeah, we have obvious invites. We have 8 teams: Navi,
Okay.
Alliance, DK, IG, Empire, Cloud9, EG, Vici Gaming. I think Vici's not the most obvious, but I think they're pretty strong contenders based on last year's performance. And then we have our last 3 slots for kind of debating it. I said in terms of who I think will get invited, Newbie, Titan, and then either Roxkiss or Fnatic, probably leaning towards Fnatic based on last year's TI performance. Jimmy said Newbie, he said the same as me, and Ben and Andrew both said Newbie, Roxkiss, Fnatic. They do not think Titan will be invited.
I agree with the top 8. I think the top 8 looks really solid. I'm actually dubious on Newbie simply because they haven't done anything yet as a team. So I just don't think you could invite based on, hey, we have 4 players that are sort of known and sort of good and they were TI before.
So who would you
Right.
invite instead of them? Do you think like maybe Roxkiss and Fnatic both get invites?
What about Liquid?
Liquid?
I don't think Liquid deserves an invite. I'm
Me
sorry.
neither, dude.
There you go.
But
Um,
Lumi, you feel that way about Newbie? What if, like, to me, I remember saying this earlier, like, this is essentially, what if this was still Tongfu, they kept the name Tongfu and just swapped out Sansheng for Xiaowei? I think people would be saying, well, Tongfu got 4th place last year, it's pretty much the same team, and they've upgraded, they get an invite. People are just kind of discounting Newbie because it's a new organization, I feel.
Actually, that's a good point. I think, yeah. You
Like,
got
that
me
to
there.
me is
I
the
think if they're
only-
Tongfu, I would say Tongfu would get
Yeah.
invited.
If this was
Yeah.
still, if they were still called Tongfu and you had Xiaowei, that's, in theory, Xiaowei's better than Sansheng. That's a better team.
I would say that's an upgrade. You should invite it for getting better
Yeah, so
play.
to me,
Yeah.
Newbie's like a hands-down invite. Like, I would put them in a definite invite category just because it's essentially Tongfu. Just people get thrown up because it was meant to be a dream team. It wasn't a dream team, but it's still like a legit top 4 TI3 team.
Fair enough.
I think we're
I'm
all on the same page.
I'm
here.
adding Newbie to the obvious list now.
Right, Newbie is obvious.
You do that.
Despite their name. Yeah, you
I don't think they're obvious though. I don't think they're obvious.
They
I think
have
the question because they haven't done anything yet.
Yeah, I mean, neither of a
Like you
I
could say
don't
they're inviting Tongfu because they're organization, but it's an organization that haven't done jack squat.
Well, Empire has not done jack squat except win a lot of online tournaments or do well. in them.
Empire has had a good win streak for like 2 months.
They got 2-0'd by EG. Then again, EG's probably getting invited, so that's not the best.
Yeah, so I mean, Empire,
IG haven't done much.
Do
What
you
have
think
IG
EG will
done?
get invited? EG?
IG got a second slot at Starlighter, right? Like that's
Yeah,
something.
And NWPCAs, they've been
Newbie-
like consistently second place.
Newbie got
Yeah,
3rd
yeah.
slot at Starlighter, losing like a really close best of 3 to IG though. So it's like they almost beat IG to get that 2nd slot.
How about the evil geniuses? Are you on board with Arteezy, Road to TI4, future champion?
I think you could make the argument that they haven't done much, and I don't consider that for NA LAN as much accomplishment. Sorry. I mean,
You mean the
it
Monster
didn't show much.
Invitational?
But I think they're like on talent and skill alone. I think that's a team that like I would be really scared if let's say if I'm favoring with DK, and it's a best of 3. I think EG could actually take down DK in a 2-1 situation or something like that.
We'll find out at Starlighter.
There you go.
Yeah.
We certainly will. Lumi, if TI was tomorrow, who are your top 3 choices? Like first, second, third. Power
Like
ranking.
literally tomorrow.
Literally tomorrow.
Oh god.
Come on, Lemmy.
Cloud9, DK, EG in that order.
Wait, you said Cloud9?
Cloud9,
Cloud9,
DK,
DK, EG. Here's my reason, all right? Navi hasn't been practicing at all, and they're like really, really shaky. They got knocked out in some recent tournament. I think it was the one that Toby's casting. Not MLG, the other one.
D2CL?
D2CL. Wait, they get knocked out?
You were casting that too.
I
the way.
No, they beat Alliance. They just haven't actually looked good. Like the games are really, really hard to come by. Alliance, you guys are talking about it. They haven't practiced at all. They've been really, really shaky. Like the patch it has not been favorable to them. The reason I'm saying Cloud9 is actually, well, first of all, I'm very biased because I'm a big Cloud9 fan. Second of all, I just think that their LAN mentality is actually much, much better than most other teams. I feel like most other teams, when they show up to LAN, they just hope that they don't get embarrassed and they just like finish okay. Like this team, they want to win. And the reason I'm saying that they're going to beat DK is that they were able to beat DK without their player, Bone7. So, and then I have EG so high is because fucking RTZ is amazing.
Do you actually think Cloud9 is better without RTZ? You think they're better with Bone7? Because a lot of people are like, oh, no Bone7, or no RTZ, they're not as good.
I think RTZ, and the reason I have EG so high, he's such an explosive player that he could like take over the entire game by himself.
So does yours.
Same thing with Boba. Like those are kind of the players that, if things go correctly, like you could just win the entire game. I think RTZ gave them that at MLG Columbus, but I think what Bone7 gives them is a lot more like versatility in terms of picks. Like they told me afterwards they couldn't run a lot of strategy because their players just couldn't play certain lineup or heroes. So
it's definitely more comfortable for Sing Sing, I think, as well, which is another factor.
yeah, I think MLG Columbus, like Envy had to go off lane on Luna just to make the draft work around RTZ. Not to say that RTZ, it has deficits. It's just that he hasn't played for Cloud9 or Speed Gaming then for a long time to develop that strategy. So I actually think that Bone7 is going to make the team better, not comparing Bone7 and RTZ's individual skills.
Speaking of Toby, you were casting D2CL. You couldn't even remember the tournament name. You've been casting Dota since before some of the Twitch chat denizens were born, since they're all
That's
like
about
3
right.
years old.
Yeah.
You've never cast with Toby before a few weeks ago. How's
Yeah.
the Toby experience been?
He makes it easy, Like normally I need to like amp myself up and hype up the game. He does that. So yeah, it was good casting.
If you had to choose between me and Toby, Lumi,
Oh,
who would you choose?
I'm gonna go with LD. Like without
Oh,
second
One
nice.
thought.
choice. The Davids are not broken. We're not sundered, gods. Christ
Well,
is
I was-
they
averted.
put him on the spot.
I
Man.
was
He's
getting
obviously
ready-
lying out of his teeth.
I was getting ready to have to like hold you and like just swoon you to sleep tonight. Like LD, it's okay. You're gonna be
I should have
okay,
said Toby. I
LD.
should have said Toby just for
You'll find
excitement.
another Lumi.
But no, honestly, I think like LD and I worked so hard for the first 2 TIs that we had to figure out a lot of kinks. And I haven't done the same level of preparation with Toby, so
Let's say you had. No, that's okay. I won't push you any further, Lumi. I don't want my
then
heart
it's
broken.
Toby, man, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you, buddy.
All right.
How
All
are
right.
How are your noodles, Jimmy?
Oh yeah,
They're bomb. It had like
the bomb.
two eggs in it.
It's
Good source of
nice.
Protein, like 14 grams of protein right there.
Merlini put a little touch of love in there for you.
It's the best.
I just
part
have
of
Toby messaging me right now
Oh.
on Skype. No. He was correcting me for that. Navi in the grand final of D2 sale, but they went 1-7 in MLG TKO. That's why it's like it wasn't their one tournament that Navi's just tanking and they're doing really poorly. Yeah, it was
Okay.
MLG. Yeah.
Okay. But
Yeah,
they're
they
still
did do
going
well
far
in
in
MLG.
D2CL, so
Yeah.
we'll see. So that's everything that's on my list. Anything else y'all want to get off your chest while we have Lumi on the line? David Opley, this is your chance, boys.
I think, since Gods has still not done the Enchantress cosplay and it's after April 1st, he should have a rap showdown with Lumi right now.
I second the notion.
Have you got like stuff prepared, Lumi? I don't know. if there's
Lumi's
anything
the
prepared.
aspiring rapper. He should, like...
No. I reject that.
You reject
Here's the
that?
reason. No,
You're an
here's the
aspiring
reason, right?
rapper, man. Rap for us.
No. See,
Let's go.
I'm a
Luminous.
successful rap artist, right? And once I go platinum, which I did, I'm done with that, right? I'm on a new heights.
You're washed
So the
up.
next thing I did was I became a chef, right? I nailed that shit too. So I'm done. I'm just looking for more like
What's the
next
next-
level things.
The next shtick. What do you think comes next then in the career of Luminous Inverse?
I don't know. I'm a creative soul, man. I'm always looking for other stuff. Maybe I'll start drawing or some shit. I don't know.
It's time to
I'm gonna be a
be a pro player, dude.
Yeah, when do you go to Korea? That's where all the pro players are at nowadays.
No, the washed. Yeah.
Well, it's
You went to Korea.
combination of the washed up ex pro players and the wannabe not good enough pro players.
Look, I just want to say that I'm gonna be so excited to see Zephyr play. Like because now we have like more regions. Like a team that like Zephyr, which normally I don't think they'll be invited to like the East qualifier if it's only like 2 regions, but now that's 4 regions. I so want to see Zephyr play, and no matter how well or how poorly they do, I think it's just so awesome to see I just want to remind everybody, they've been there for like what, 5-6 months? 5-6 months ago, they weren't even a team, and now they're invited to a qualifier. I think a lot of people think that they suck and whatever, but I just think that having your friends to be able to compete in that kind of opportunity is just amazing. So I'm just excited to see them play.
It's actually only been like 3 months. They went there in January.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
They're legit good. They're not like your Navi alliances, but they've improved a lot. They're a decent team. End of the
Yeah.
day.
You're looking at me. I'm okay. Whatever you.
Well, I'm looking at you to
aren't
try.
they, Jimmy?
No, I'm looking at you to try and convince myself that what I'm saying. I believe.
Whatever.
Look, Jimmy, I'm just gonna ask you if you remember UCSD LAN. I'm just gonna throw that one out there.
Wow, congrats, dude.
What?
Congrats.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Are you-
So I don't think you could speak poorly of Zephyr.
Huh?
Aosin
Did you see my team? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh,
Are you?
is it one of your teammates still here from that land?
Yeah, that guy's over there, dude. You had like Who did you have? You had like 2 pro players, man.
We have Fluff.
Well, you had Fluff. Wait, who else was on there? It was like
Aosin.
We have
Blitz.
Fluff, Blitz, Purge, Aosin, and myself.
Oh,
Look, we
Blitz
have
is a
4 pro
player.
players
Blitz
than
is
me.
pro player too, man. Like
Yeah, there you go.
my guys, they just go to school and it was just me, man. It was a 1-man team.
That's not what I heard from Blitz, man. I remember it was Storm versus Magnus mid, and he called like 3 smoke gangs. At least that's what he's been telling me.
Yeah, whatever makes him sleep at night, I guess, dude.
All right.
You got even in Korea, so.
I got it. Nah. UCSD, Korea, prize money, disbandment.
All right.
I think
Oh,
the flamethrowers are out in full force here.
Yeah, I think so. So, all right, is it time to say our goodbyes, David? Is it time to cut the cord?
Pull out the extinguisher, guys.
Lumi, will we ever see you rap again?
Please. Let's have
I
a rap.
challenge.
Let's have
I
a rap
challenge
battle.
Casey to a rap battle. So
If she
it's up to
agrees,
her.
you will rap a TI4
Yeah, I'll rap a TI4 if she agrees.
to millions of people.
You know she's married though, right?
Don't
Yeah,
scare
no
him away.
problem.
I'm just
No
letting
problem.
you know.
She's actually
What
good,
does-
by the way. You're gonna lose. Have you
Dude,
seen her rap?
it's-
She's
No,
legit.
no. It's not about how good you're at. It's about how good you act. Like, I sucked at that Luminous rap, but it don't matter, man. You just live up to the moment. You got one chance, and you just let it blow.
I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you all the way.
Don't drop that
Yeah.
spaghetti, son.
No problem.
No sweaty palms here, boys.
Weak arms are heavy. Something.
Well, Lumi, I'm gonna let you finish, but we've got a power yoga session to get to, so peace out, buddy.
Where you going to? Well, me too then.
This is a group
I'm not
yoga
going to power
session?
yoga.
This is the part where you end the show.
Yeah, that was our closer.
Thanks for coming on, Lumi. See you later.
Yeah.
GG.
Bye, Lumi.